Ricks from Crawford Ricks Racing about their runners for Monday the 12th of February at Hollywood Bets Kenilworth. Michelle, you are starting out in race 2, a 1200 metre open maiden, sending out Roll of the Dice, a 3-year-old Flower Alley gelding. It's got the 4 draw, 61 to carry, and Grant van Niekerk on board. 2 starts under the belt already. Looks like he's still finding his feet a little bit. It's been gelded, had a little bit of a rest, and then you sent him out in the Okapi ladies race. How's he come on since then?
Yeah, that race didn't really pan out. He dislodged his rider going down to the start and bolted down to the pens. So he was, he didn't run the race that we wanted him to. He's a nice sort. We are just using this run just to sharpen him up a little bit before we send him around the turn. But he's a nice horse and probably one to follow in the future.
Race 3 is a 1400 metre open maiden for fillies and mares. You're saddling High Dollar Tipsy, a 3-year-old grey Lancaster Bomber filly. She's drawn 8 with 52 kilos on board and Sean Veal in the irons. She's had 3 starts to date. How's she doing at the moment?
You know what, her last start she jumped and went 10 lengths clear of the rest of the field, which wasn't her instructions, and she over-raced and obviously tired at the end. It's been a bit difficult to try and get her to settle after that. And we've tried different headgear leading up to Monday's race, so we'll make a decision closer to the time. I've always thought a lot of this filly, but obviously, we've just got to try and get her to settle now, and that's our main focus at the moment.
Race 5 is an 1800 metre maiden plate for fillies and mares. 14 horse field here. You're saddling Le Pequenita, a 3-year-old Erupt filly. She's got the 8 draw and Sean Veal on board. Goes out in the comedy dunksel, so which is fun. You seem to be gradually stepping her up in trip. How do you think she'll go over the 1800?
Yeah, she's a slight little filly, but the feedback that we've gotten, what we've seen here at work, she is a filly that's wanting further, and we've done it in baby steps and gradually pushed her up. She's a competitive little filly in a race like this, but we've also got to hope that everything goes her way.
She's joined by stablemate Hawkeye My Macy, 3-year-old captain of all filly. She's got the 14 draw and Craig Zaki on board. 4 starts to date. Her first 2 starts were in KZN, and she's had 2 in Cape Town now, so you're also stepping her up over the 1800. How's she doing?
Yeah, she's a nice little filly, and she's got a wonderful action on her. We've had 1 or 2 little issues that we think we've sorted out. Unfortunately, the 14 draw is never easy, but over this distance, it's something that she can overcome. And probably the pick of my 2. She shows a lot at work, and she's definitely one to follow.
Then race 9 is a 1200 metre class 4. Again, quite a big field, 17 runners. You're sending out War Chariot, 3-year-old Pomodoro gelding. He's got the 3 draw, 58.5, and Richard Fourie on board. 4 starts under his belt, 1 second time out over the 1000 at Durbanville. How's he doing?
He's good. He ran a little bit below par in his last start. Richard has galloped him leading up to this race. Ideally, we would have wanted a 5 furlong. There isn't one until the end of the month. And he's a horse that's really well within himself, so we've elected to run him over the 1200. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. And he's a horse that can bounce back to his best form on Monday.